All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another Art with Errol podcast. This is our Monday check-in. Let's go. All right, everybody. Man, it's been another week. You know, we have been trying to figure out what actually works. And, you know, I think that's what this podcast is going to be about. You know, that's going forward. It's just trying to figure out social media. But let me do my introduction, I guess. For everybody that's new, I'm Errol. I'm your host, Art with Errol. We have our two channels, Art with Errol and ArtwithErrol Gaming on YouTube. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Twitch. So we're all over, right? We stream this on multiple platforms, which is Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. But yeah, you can pretty much find us anywhere as Art with Errol. So last week, y'all, we had some success with some videos. We tried to do like a little mini series with the Hell Let Loose, and overall, I think it was pretty decent. You know, as always, we're trying to test things out and figure out what works. And what I noticed from a lot of folks on YouTube or other platforms and stuff is they tend to do some mini series. So I'm trying to like dabble and figure that out. And, you know, that's challenging because I'm not really diverse in how you do those things. What the heck is this? So yeah, it's quite interesting, the dynamics and, you know, figuring things out on your own, especially when, you know, you don't have help. You know, a lot of folks that are successful have help on YouTube or whatever platform it is they're doing. You know, they have like editors or people to help them make their videos and stuff. When you're doing single creation, you're by yourself. You're the editor. You're the script writer. You're doing everything, right? You're the cameraman. You're everything. So it's challenging. It's very, very challenging. But last week we had some successes. Hell Let Loose had some decent successes, I believe, just from looking at the numbers. And I like to review the numbers as best I can. You know, I don't have a great understanding of the analytics. Try my best to get an understanding of it, a grasp on it. But it's not always easy to understand or figure out, you know, how we progress with that. And, you know, maybe there's a course or something on that I could take. I don't know. I'm sure YouTube has plenty of videos that can explain it, and I just need to find time to sit down and watch those videos. Just like everybody. You know, we should be, you know, watching more of those type of videos to try to get a better understanding of all this stuff. Also, they had the Call of Duty Beta, y'all. The Call of Duty Beta was it was fun. I mean, I know it's still going on today. Like, you can still dive in and play it, I think, to a certain time today or whatever, right? And I gave my take on it today. I think, like, it just feels like COD, you know, it just feels the same. Like, there's no wow factor behind it, I guess, you know, and we kind of touched on that and my thoughts on that. If you want to watch that video, go to the ArtwithErrol Gaming channel. Check out the full video on that. We're not going to redo that video here. We're just going to kind of briefly touch on some of the things we did. We did our podcast last Monday, so that was always a success. I've been very consistent with getting the podcast done where we can talk about all the stuff we did, created, you know, and then our way forward for the week. So, you know, there was a lot of things I really like about the Call of Duty Beta, and there's just things that I'm thinking like they could have done better, you know, as well. But I don't want to dive deep into it. Like I said, we have a full video. It's 3 minutes long. Actually, it's a little bit longer than 3 minutes. But I've been trying to keep my videos between 3 and 4 minutes if I'm doing a video, because our channel is so small. I figure I need to like just get people interested in watching the video. So I don't want to do something so long that nobody's going to watch. So I'm trying to keep them kind of short for right now, and I'm going to work to make them longer as we grow the channel. At least that's my thought process. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Only time will tell, right? And I think the main thing is we're making content and we're trying our best to keep it engaging. And that's what I want to focus on, is how to grasp people's attention and make things better as we go forward. So, shorts and long form, I got to get better at like making those. I want to do some kind of a system where I have a short that just kind of meant to draw people to the long form video. I'm trying to figure that out too, to like push people to go watch the long form videos. So I did a test run on that. I don't know how successful it was. Even after looking at it, I was like, I don't know if this really worked, but I do want to try more of that. I want to try to push more 3 to 4 minute videos to try to like get the channel a little uplift, because watch time is a thing for YouTube, not just subscribers. And we, this thing we wanted to talk about. We're almost to the 500 subscribers on our gaming channel, which is great. We're getting close. I think we're close to 50 away. I think maybe like 50 something, 52, 53, something like that, away from actually hitting 500 subscribers, which is wonderful. But the real thing is getting the watch time, and you got to get people to be able to watch your videos, and that's something that I'm really trying to hone in on. I'm really trying to hone in on, because shorts don't count towards your watch time, but the long form videos and live streams count towards your watch time. So getting to that 3,000 hours of watch time is going to be challenging with me doing very short videos. And I really want to be able to focus on how do I keep people's attention for the duration of the video, or as long as. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If I can grasp that concept and get folks to watch the full videos, then we can push making a little bit longer videos, as long as we're keeping it engaging. And I think in the 3-minute window or 4-minute window, you might be able to like keep it more compact and hopefully more engaging that way. That's at least my strategy. Like I said, we're still testing that out, and I'm trying to push to do more of those videos so we can try to get our watch time up as we get closer to the 500 goal, because I would like to, if possible, which it's all up in the air with this, whether getting people's attention or people to join your channel and stuff. I would like to be able to get the partnership before these raises, because they're already talking about raising the next level up on the YouTube for 8,000 watch hours. Right now it's 3,000 and 4,000 watch hours. That's a major increase in watch hour time. So I've got to start nailing down the formula on how to make the videos more engaging for people to want to stick around, so that when it does come time to get into that 1,000 subscribers and 8,000 watch hours, I'll be able to like achieve that, because that seems like it's a very high number. And I know the thing is, it could be stemming from the AI content, right? People are making all these AI videos, and so they're achieving watch hours, and so they're raising the ceiling because people are pumping out all this content, and it's just a bunch of slop content that people are watching, but it's I guess they're trying to narrow that window for folks or something. Anyways, it's interesting that it's a massive jump in watch hours. It is a massive jump that's going to be happening in February, I believe. February next year, right? So that's kind of interesting, y'all. And we're nowhere near getting to the 1,000 and 4,000 watch time, but that's something that's on the radar of, like, that's a major level up from what it used to be, right? So it probably will hurt some creators, I think. So I've been doing quite well, I think, with our shorts. Our shorts have kind of helped grow the channel, but I need to start pushing to do more long form type videos. I really need to figure that part out as we're growing the channel. So this week is going to be a test week, and we can dive into that a little bit more. What I'm trying to get more long form videos out, and at least they're not going to be like no 10-minute videos yet, because I'm not really in that stage yet. I think the 3 to 4 minutes in that time frame, and this week we're going to do some tests of trying to create some videos like that. I think at least that's the goal, and to see if I can get like the subscribers we currently have to watch that, as well as push some of the folks that are coming from shorts to those videos. Hopefully that will work out. We'll see what happens this week, but that's the game plan when it comes to the gaming channel there. And I think we're going to talk about the art side. We finished the Annunciation with Gabriel and Mary, and that painting, I really enjoyed that painting. It was a lot of fun. It's done. I do need to post it. I don't think I posted it on my website. I do need to get it up on the website as well. But that painting was a lot of fun. We completed it, and we're going to be moving on from that. This week I'll be taking a little break from streaming, so I won't do any art streams this week or any game streams this week. That's another thing. I need a little window of time to work on another project that's not for YouTube, so I'm gonna need the evening times to do that. So that's why I said it's a good week for me to test doing some 3 to 4 minute videos and just posting those in the morning and see how those work. So this is gonna not only be a test week, but kind of like a little break from streaming. So I will have this will be like the only streamed video for this week is the podcast, as well as I'll upload it to Spotify. So that is the plan there. And the bigger lessons I think that I've learned is my time is limited. That's just something that job, family, content creation is a lot, and I'm trying to squeeze it all in, make it work as best as I can. But there are times when I have to tailor back from the content creation to handle family and work stuff and other things. So that's the more important side of the house. So this always comes at the end. So this week taking a little break is just required, and that's fine. But I think we could still make a few videos and post them and see how they run. And we should really, I can check it now, doing a live check on the video we did today, just to kind of see, which would be interesting. I want to switch, see let's take a look real quick before we move forward what we're talking about. So yeah, 8 views. I mean, like, my long form videos don't really hit with a lot of people, and I think that's the part that I'm trying to push and trying to figure out how to get that up and make better videos. but only 8 views since this morning. So, the duration though is not as bad. It's only a minute, 2 minutes. Looks like a minute and 57 is the average. So it's up from what it was. So that's a good thing, which I would need to be able to keep people's attention. So I'm trying my best to learn that formula. How do you keep people's attention for the duration of the video? So the click impressions look good. It's in the green. It's a 17.9 right now. So that's a good thing. So hopefully, throughout the day, maybe YouTube will test the video more and present it to more people. We'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna try to do it as a series. So we'll see. I got a plan for tomorrow's video and see if we can link them together so that one video kind of feeds the other, hopefully. So we're going to try the linking system, and we're going to do some tests this week, and this will be an interesting week for that. I don't know if I'll be able to do like a third video to make like a little to make a complete mini series of like 3 videos, but at least I could do like a small 2-part series, I guess. So that's the ideas, I guess. So I'm trying to ask myself, why am I making it? Who is this for? What do I want someone to do after watching the video? So those are some of the things I'm thinking about when I'm making my content now. And since the COD beta is so fresh, that's why I chose that, and I'm making it for basically that audience. But I want people to engage with it. So I have questions at the end that hopefully people will respond to. It seems like this one didn't hit well, so maybe we need to refigure that piece out. So we're still trying to build our channel, and it's been slow going on both sides of the house. The art side, because it takes me so long to do like these paintings. I'm not just doing sketches like as before. We did a bunch of sketches last year. Those are kind of quick and easy. You can knock those out and make multiple. With the paintings, it takes a lot longer, so it takes multiple sessions sometimes. Combining that and speeding that up takes time, and it's a lot of that I don't have time to do. So chopping that up takes a lot of time, and I just don't have that, and that's why the art channel is very slow to grow. But the gaming channel has been growing a lot faster, and it's mainly because we've been pushing a lot of shorts, and now I really need to test out the long form videos, and that's just kind of where we're at. So this week, y'all, like I said, there's no more of the Annunciation. That's done, so we're done with that. We'll move on to something else. I was thinking of doing like Doom, like a poster of Doom. So that might be the next art project that we'll work on. That will probably start next week, not this week. So Tuesday or Wednesday of next week we'll start that. This week for gaming, like I said, we're not going to do any game streams because I do need time to work on some other projects. And we'll just focus on dropping gaming videos and see how that works out for this week. Just test run on some long form gaming videos. And since it's COD this week, I'm just going to try to focus on that for the first 2, and then we'll come up with something for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Maybe there'll be some gaming news topic we can dive into and try to build a little mini series on or something. I don't know. I want to test run some stuff, and I want to try some things out. So that's the main goal, is to work on, the click-through rate, the retention time, the watch time, hopefully getting comments from folks, engagement right in the videos, also gaining subscribers, because I would like to hit 500 subscribers on our gaming channel before the end of the year. That's been our goal, and we're so close right now. We're really so close. It's mind blowing because I split the gaming from my Art with Errol to its own channel, and it's only been 2 years running now. So we're getting closer to 500, and it took me forever really to get where the art channel was at when I was doing everything on there. But we also talked about that before, where we went to Facebook, we stopped doing YouTube for a while, and that just was a whole debacle, honestly. Jumping platforms, I never should have jumped ship. There was really no reason to jump ship and not make it on that platform. And I think the multi-streaming thing was still kind of new, but I wasn't going to dive into it. I thought like you need to just stick to one and just try to do it that way. So that was a whole debacle. But since we came back from Facebook to YouTube, we split the channels to try to do an art channel and a gaming channel. It's still all Art with Errol. It's just divided. And I really think that was a good idea, but I probably could have just kept it all as one channel. At the end of the day, I probably could have. I could have kept it as one channel. And it's fine. Trying things out and trying to expand my range. I thought that you needed 2 channels because I see so many other folks, and I think the Hodge Twins is one because they have so many different channels. I don't know how they run those channels. They must pay people to run all those channels. And I see so many other YouTubers with multiple channels. Like if you look at RGT85, who I like to watch as well, he's got 2 channels. He's got a main channel and a secondary channel. You look at Spawn Wave. Spawn Wave has 2 channels, right? I think he's got the Spawn Cast and the Spawn Cast Plus or something like that, or Spawn Plus or something like that. Lots of YouTubers have multiple channels. I just thought maybe I needed a second channel, so I was like, well, let's just split it up and see how it does. So that's kind of where we've been at, and it's been 2 years of this now. And we've been staying pretty consistent over these 2 years. I think we've done really good about at least being consistent with having some kind of content every week. Hopefully, with having the podcast on the Art with Errol channel, it gives me a chance, or has been giving me an opportunity to have 3 pieces of content on the art channel. 2 days of artwork and 1 podcast. And then on the gaming channel, we've been doing video shorts every day, and a video once a week is what we was trying to aim for. But now I want to see if I can do more videos and maybe do shorts that tie to the video. So we're trying to work. I'm trying to work that out. And I think if I can get it down to a science and get the formula right with higher retention on the videos, that's when we'll start to grow and start to build our community, I think, better. Which it's been growing, it's been building. It's just I haven't really nailed everything down. That's what I think I ultimately is where I'm at. I haven't nailed everything down. So we're trying with the videos this week, and we're gonna see how that goes. And I think this is all good stuff that we're working on. So one of the things I also like to do, so we should look at Social Blade and see what the projections look like. Social Blade gives you projections, and I like looking at it just to see, once a week when we do this. So I'll go to Art with Errol Gaming, and we'll look at that channel because that's the one that we're really trying to get to 200. I mean 500. Sorry, I said 200. 500. We're trying to get to 500. So we're at 448, and let's look at the future projection. So, you know, I don't have it on the screen there because it's got commercials on this for one. You know, just commercial after commercial pops up on this crap. All right. So anyway, so it's showing by November, you know, we could possibly get to 500. So I think we have the capability of getting to the 500 or more before January. And that's been our goal, right? So we're on our way. We're on the road to 500. And if we can start nailing down, you know, our retention for the videos and stuff and make it more engaging, hopefully that number will increase and we can get to the 1,000 at some point and get these watch time up so that we can eventually earn money on YouTube, right? That's everybody that wants to be on social media. That's their ultimate goal, is to be able to earn some kind of income, right? To be able to work from home. Who doesn't want that, right? That's an awesome job, to make some content that people enjoy, you know, and earn a living that way. That's, you know, that's the dream, right? That's the dream for a lot of content creators, is to figure that part out. And it's not easy to figure that out, you know, and that's what I've been sharing with the podcast here, is that it's not easy. We are working through it, and hopefully my little journey is giving other folks, you know, motivation, or, you know, at least a foresight on what it takes, because you can always go harder. And that's the thing, like, this is what I'm thinking. Like, you could pump out like 3 or 4 videos in a day, but if you don't have the retention on those videos are pretty much useless, right? And yes, they could potentially gain viewership over time, but you have to nail down, I think, you know, your retention, and the video needs to be good enough to like be engaging and have folks want to click on it and watch it and enjoy. If you know, it's got to be enjoyable. So figuring that out to make something or create something, you know, that's the part of the journey. That's a part of the journey. But you could pump out a lot of crap, is what I'm saying. You could pump out a lot of videos. You could pump out a lot of shorts. That doesn't mean people are going to watch it. You know, it's got to be good, and you got to work to make it better, right? And I think that's, you know, the thing I've been struggling with, is trying to figure out, how do I make my stuff better? You know, I know I'm not the greatest YouTuber or content creator in the world. I'm just trying to figure it out on my own. And, you know, a lot of times these talks help because I'll think things out, write down what I want to kind of touch on, and we take a look at it. We take a look at some numbers. We take a look at the projections. And the one thing that I can say is we have been making progress. We've been making progress. You know, I've come a long way with the gaming channel. I've really come a long way. From the start of it to now. I mean, if you used to watch those first videos, they're not that great. And, you know, we've made a ton of progress over these 2 years. So we're almost to 500. We're close to partnership. You know, it's just the watch time that I'm lagging on. So we need better retention, but we're gaining subscribers. So people are willing to subscribe to the channel. You know, people are willing to subscribe to the channel. So I have some value there. I just got to really tighten it down to get them to stick along, you know, come back, stick along, come back, watch the videos. So this journey is quite interesting, y'all. we're close to the first milestone. The first milestone, which is 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. In case you don't know, and what that unlocks, I don't know if I did. I don't know if I ever said what it unlocks. So that is your first milestone, and that basically gives you memberships, super chats, and shopping. So I guess what is the shopping? The shopping allows you to share products, right? Through YouTube shopping affiliate program. So I think my Teespring could then be linked to my videos, right? I think that's how that works, because I have a Teespring. So, and maybe I should do a different thing. Maybe I should start making shirts and ordering them and selling them. I don't know how you do that, but I think the Teespring was just easier because you just do the designs and they sell the shirts. And you make a small profit if that happens. But it's a long ways away from that. At least till the end of the year, we hit 500 subscribers. Just got to get the watch time. And we're a ways away from the watch time. So, like, I'm only showing, qualified watch time. I'm only got 844 of the 3,000. And that's because I've been pumping out shorts. And that was part of today's talk. The shorts don't count towards your watch time. And that's critical to know. If you don't know, shorts don't count towards your watch time. That's very critical to know. So if you're pumping out shorts help with growth, but they don't help you get that watch time. And when I look at a lot of my analytics, a lot of my views are on the shorts side. A lot of them have achieved, now 1,000 views. We did that Marvel Tocon one, which was short, and it was just short, and it got 1,100 views. So that helps with growth. But if they're not watching the long form video, which we need to make more of, then it doesn't help you gain the watch time you need. And that's kind of where I'm at now. So I need to start practicing making 3 to 4 minute videos. It needs to be really needs to be over 3 minutes, because the thing about, I think, YouTube, because they push the shorts to 3 minutes, so it has to be above 3 minutes for you to qualify for that at long form watch time. That's what I was trying to get at. Anyway, y'all, I hope I'm giving some good information. A lot of times I don't know if because a lot of people don't really comment on the podcast. So I would like to get some engagement going here on the podcast. It's very hard. It's tough. It's tough to get folks to engage on a lot of stuff. Engagement helps too. Like, if people like the podcast, please like the podcast. Hit the button. Drop your boy some comments, your thoughts on your journey or my journey. If you got some helpful stuff, please be respectful and helpful. That's what the goal of the podcast is, to be helpful and, all that, and figuring out how to grow together, Of course, I would always like you to subscribe to our YouTube channels so you can be a part of the team, which we're calling ourselves the Artistry Society. That was the name I decided on, which will be Art and Gaming. Our Artistry Society is Art and Gaming. So, yeah. I enjoy creating content, y'all. I retired from the Navy, and I went to graphics design, school for graphics design, got my degree. I did social media manager for a while, and now that I'm just working at a gym. I'm doing YouTube because the hours just work out. So work in the morning, off around this time here to do a little content, take care of my kids, do family stuff, and then that's it. So like it's a lot going on throughout the day. Keeps me busy, keeps my mind busy too. It's kind of good when you keep your mind busy and you're doing stuff, but you can't overwork yourself. So you always have to be willing to take breaks. And I think this week is really critical to take a break so that I can also work on the other project that I need to, which we'll announce once that's complete. So, as what Dr. Disrespect would say, I'm NDA'd out of my mind. No, no, it's just a joke. But yeah, I am working on an art project, so I've got to get that completed, and that's not nothing to be streamed. So, the project I'm working on, but yeah, I'll take care of that. Hopefully this week I can get that a lot further along because I've been working on it and I got to get further along with that. And I need time off from this so I can carve out more time for that. So sometimes it's give and take, you have something you want to do, but you got to carve out time, and you got to say, what, I got to sacrifice time here for this, sacrifice time for this, for that. Especially when there's higher priority things. Family is higher priority. So anything family, if there's an appointment for the kids or something, I'm going to take time from this to do that. So yeah, it's a balancing act, right? It's a balancing act. It's one of those things that you have to do in life. You have to balance everything out. So I think I rambled enough, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, y'all. We're building one piece at a time, and I'm going to keep creating. I hope you keep creating. I want to thank all the people that have subscribed to my channels, whether you join me on YouTube or Twitch or Kick or Spotify, wherever you join me at. I greatly appreciate your support on this social experiment. Because at the end of the day, that's all it is, right? It's a social experiment. Anyway, y'all, it's Monday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. We almost hit 40 minutes today, and that's about the range my podcast be running. Is 30 to 40 minutes ish. It's a big ish on that. But yeah, y'all. So ways you can watch the podcast is always on Spotify, YouTube, ArtwithErrol, Twitch. You can see it on Kick. I don't know. Does Kick save this? I don't know if I'm really streaming a Kick, and I don't know how Kick works. So we're also on Kick. So Twitch, I know on Twitch I have to go and save a highlight of it, right, for it to be up, for it to stay up longer for folks. But it'll be on Spotify. It'll also be on YouTube because YouTube will save it. So plenty of options to watch the podcast live, which we're live right now, or see it later when it's not live. So thank you guys. Enjoy your Monday. And until next time, you know what to do. I'm out of here, man.